Every child can learn. Every child must learn. That's the slogan of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. And in today's Jamaica Magazine, we highlight how the ministry is ensuring just that. An informative and interesting program unfolds right after this break.
Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, celebrating over 20 years of investment in community development. JSIF has forged relationships with international funding partners as well as private and public sector entities. Let us continue to invest to reduce vulnerabilities. Let us build our social capital and resilient infrastructures to ensure full participation in Vision 2030. JSIF, investing for community development.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, September 18. Antigen testing, which is a faster, simpler, and more cost-effective method of testing for COVID-19, will be introduced in Jamaica. This was announced by Acting Head of the National Public Health Laboratory, Dr. Michelle Hamilton, who informed that an initial 80,000 testing kits will be arriving in Jamaica in approximately 4 weeks. She noted that the antigen test kits are being procured through the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, World Health Organization, WHO, which has sanctioned this type of testing. The procurement is also being facilitated through collaboration with the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office and the United Nations.
We'll be rolling out first within the public sector. We'll have a pilot which will involve the major hospitals, island-wide major hospitals and health centers, and of course the National Public Health Laboratory.
Dr. Hamilton made the announcement last night during the Ministry of Health and Wellness's digital press conference. She noted that full implementation will involve all hospitals, major health centers, and private sector laboratories, including labs in private hospitals. Dr. Hamilton said specialized training in the use of the kits will be carried out, with theoretical training to begin virtually within the next 2 weeks, while practical training using the kits will be done once they arrive. Meanwhile, mothers who have contracted COVID-19 are being encouraged to continue to breastfeed their babies, but they should take the necessary safety precautions to avoid passing on the virus to their babies. Acting parish nutritionist for Westmoreland, Gladys Robinson-Reed, said this is in keeping with WHO recommendation that mothers suspected or confirmed with COVID-19 should be encouraged to initiate or continue to breastfeed. Mrs. Robinson-Reed said WHO has found no evidence of the virus being able to pass on through lactation. Mothers are therefore urged to practice proper respiratory hygiene during and before each feed, such as wearing a mask as well as washing their hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Mrs. Robinson-Reed said breast milk remains the best source of nutrition for babies, as it provides much-needed antibodies to protect them from various infections, including COVID-19. The advice comes as the country marks National Breastfeeding Week, being observed from September 13 to 18. In other news, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Floyd Green has moved to address concerns raised about the supply of baby chicks and chicken meat. Minister Green called an urgent meeting on Thursday with the country's 2 major poultry producers, Jamaica Broilers Group and Caribbean Broilers, where it shared that both companies have seen a significant uptake in the demand for baby chicks and chicken meat over the last 2 months. The ministry will be collaborating closely with the poultry producers to remedy the situation. The companies revealed that they have both vastly increased their orders of eggs and also recently put a new hatchery into operation to meet the high demand for baby chicks. Both companies have increased their production of baby chicks by an average of 15%. The impact of this increased production will be reflected in the market by early to mid-October. Minister Green says the agriculture sector has been faced with a number of challenges across both production and consumption levels, but the ongoing dialogue and collaborative actions are essential in monitoring demand and supply and informing effective decisions. More Jamaicans are to gain access to affordable and practical housing solutions under the new Andrew Holness-led administration. Newly appointed Minister of Housing, Urban Renewal, Environment and Climate Change, Pernell Charles Jr., says this will be one of the key areas of focus for his ministry. Minister Charles also says government will be seeking the support of the private sector to help make this priority a reality as they provide support to investors and developers in the real estate industry.
We're going to continue along that path, bringing policies, legislation and operation that's going to ensure that we provide the best for our country. We'll be working with the private sector as well, ensuring that we provide the support for persons who want to take the risk with their money to invest in Jamaica, developing our country, and ensuring that we provide safe spaces for persons to own their own home or to rent, whatever their options are.
The minister was speaking recently with JIS News following the swearing-in ceremony. And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has paid tribute to political veteran and dentist Dr. Donald Keith D.K. Duncan. Dr. Duncan passed away this Thursday morning while in hospital. He was 80 years old. Dr. Duncan's political career spanned 45 years, beginning in the 1960s. In 1977, he was appointed to the cabinet as Minister of National Mobilization and Human Resources. Prime Minister Holness noted that Dr. Duncan was a political force to be reckoned with. He said Duncan was a very passionate man who played a key role in shaping the politics of Jamaica during his time. Mr. Holness said though himself and Dr. Duncan were on different sides of the political aisle, he respected his commitment to Jamaica. Dr. Duncan served as Member of Parliament for East Central St. Andrew in the 1970s and later as MP for Hanover Eastern in 2007. The Prime Minister also offered condolences to the entire Duncan family, including Dr. Duncan's wife, Beverly, and his children. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Sign with me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Sign with me.
Schools are officially slated to reopen their gates on October 5, and the Ministry of Education is doing all it can to ensure that students are ready for the start. Here's a breakdown of the steps being taken by the ministry to prepare students with special needs.
The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is resolute that no child will be left behind in the new academic year. Support is being offered to students at all levels of the education system, including those with special needs. During a recent virtual back-to-school sensitization session, Acting Chief Education Officer Dr. Kassan Troop revealed the steps being taken by the ministry to meet the needs of students with varying abilities this academic year.
We have a special needs unit, special education unit, and that is run by one of our Assistant Chief Education Officer, and we have a full team of persons who continue to work with our special needs institutions. So we have the same kind of support that we provide for our infant, primary, secondary schools. Those special needs schools are also involved in that. We have a special needs team in all of our regions where we have a clinical psych, a ed psych, a diagnostician, and we have a special needs coordinator, and they support the special education unit and education officers to reach out to all our special needs students and to respond to their needs.
In order to uphold the social distancing guidelines required by government, special education institutions will also receive additional teacher support.
The needs will vary. For example, there are some students who will have to get teachers 1 to 3. So for every 3 children, there's 1 teacher. In some cases, for every 8 children, there's 1 teacher. Those situations are different from the normal schools. So we provide that as well. So if they have to come in, we make sure that the attention that they desire and deserve is there for them.
For those students who will not make it back into the physical school setting, the ministry has committed to providing shadows or caregivers where necessary.
A number of our students would need a shadow or a caregiver when they are in their physical classrooms. We have also reached out to our parents for those students already, and we have indicated that if it is that they need to recruit somebody from their location to take over that role, we have committed to compensating that person. So we have made sure that if it is that there needs to be a caregiver in that home to support the learning, we have committed to compensating those caregivers to carry on that support in the homes.
Students with special needs will also be receiving technical support in the form of tablets and educational software to aid online learning.
We have partnered with a number of foundations locally, and they have provided a number of tablets. UNICEF, Digicel, and other institutions committed to us some tablets for our special needs students, and we have started to distribute those already. We loaded our e-resource application on that, which gives them access to over 112 applications and solutions for learning. Specialized softwares are loaded on those for our special needs students, and we continue to make sure that all of them have the resources that they need. We are getting the e-resource app into the App Store. So for those parents who are procuring their own devices, we have prepared the bring your own device policy, and that will be shared at our schools very shortly, and that will guide you parents into what to procure. The specifications as to what to procure is in that policy, and it is shared at our schools. So get in touch to make sure that whatever you're buying can support the applications, can support the learning activities that are being planned at the school level. I don't want you to go out there and randomly procure. We have also gone ahead and shared our specifications with the local distributors and suppliers. So what they are buying for resale, they are buying those that are in line with the standards of the Ministry of Education.
It is evident that the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is committed to supporting all students in the new academic year, whatever their unique educational needs.
The JIS Heritage Competition is celebrating 10 years of youth expression on Jamaican history, culture, and tradition. If you're a primary level student 9 to 12 years old, enter the essay competition. Write 400 to 500 words on the topic. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace. Identify a Jamaican from our past or an institution that exemplifies this statement from our national pledge and say why. Secondary level students, enter the poster competition. And tertiary students, send us your best snap for the photo competition. The topic, I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace. Enter now and play your part in preserving our national heritage. Great prizes to be won. Competition closes October 24. For competition rules and guidelines, contact the JIS.
The teaching styles and strategies used by educators in Jamaica vary from institution to institution. But despite the differences in pedagogical approach, all methods are geared towards producing successful men and women of tomorrow. If you don't believe me, feast your eyes now on some of the island's most talented and intelligent students from Belmont Academy, Jonathan Grant, and Frome Technical High Schools.
Watch no face, we no watch no color, gender or race. Yes, Belmont is our school zone. You can call it our secondary home. Hey, school zone, it's nice to meet ya. Truly, we're glad to see ya. Happy New Year, I'm glad to say, and I hope you all have a very nice day.
Hey there, guess what? It's another episode of School Zone. Yes, we're back already, and we're so happy you could join us. In today's program, we highlight some of Jamaica's most talented and intelligent young people, starting with the Rhythm Express Band, right here at Belmont Academy in Westmoreland.
Belmont Academy in the school zone. We might be local, but I grow, we grow. We grade them high, and we have them for sure. The best school in the West Belmont life.
The Center of Excellence concept came about because the government at the time felt that it was necessary to have schools starting off with some measure of excellence. What we found over the last 20 to 30 years is that those new schools were usually placed among the low performing schools nationally. And the government wanted to shift that, right? So they studied a model out of Europe and retrofitted it for Jamaica. So there are a number of accountability matrices that are here that are not elsewhere. The mentorship program and all the other programs that we have in place really allowed us to see some significant advancement. So we were pleased that we really jumped the ranking in 2016, where we went up to 13th position in the island. And you know, out of almost 200 schools, at a school that was not even 10 years old at the time, you know, to have been placed at 13th, you know that we would have given the other schools a whipping, you know. But not only in CSEC that we excelled, we did so with the CAP program as well, NCTVET program, and we did so with CAPE, because we have been the top movers in both CAPE and CSEC for the last 3 consecutive years. And we are the top school in the island of Jamaica for the last 3 consecutive years in CAP as well.
So as Mr. Simpson said, Belmont Academy was a top CAP performing school in 2016, 2017 and 2018. It was also the top movers in CAPE and CSEC. For more information on this, we gathered a few of the school leaders to talk to us about how they have achieved this feat. Joining me are
Lamar Brown, head boy.
Naki Blake, head girl.
Rashin Cooper, student council president.
Rick Kirby, deputy head boy.
Monique Jackson, deputy head girl.
Thanks for coming, guys. All right, so we're gonna go straight into it. Mr. Simpson mentioned that there are numerous accountability measures in place to help students get the best grade that they can get, right? So can somebody tell me a little bit about what are some of these activities that are used to help the students?
Okay, over the years, we have Saturday classes, Easter class, summer classes, and maths camp, which on Saturday classes, students will come from 9 to 2.
Just as how when someone does something that isn't so right, there are consequences that you have to face, such as detention and suspension. The school rewards you when you do excellent by promoting you. So what happens is that if you have over a certain average, I think it's 85, so if you have over 85% average, in your year group, you have the opportunity to skip a grade.
Within the school, we have several mentorship programs that we have implemented. We have Girls Empowered for the Mission, which is GEM, and Boys on a Mission, which is BOM. Within these, we have highlighted students who we believe are capable of mentoring other students. So students who may have academic challenges, who may have personal challenges. And through these programs, we seek to help them to grow, uplift them. It's all about empowering them on both ends. Academic mentorship, we have after school programs where students who have challenges in different subject areas, we assist them, we provide to them different tools and materials that can help them to advance themselves, both student to student, teacher to student, and teacher to teacher.
Awesome. And what do you personally think about this program? Is it working?
It is working because personally I am in charge of GEM as the head girl of the school, and through that program I have seen where the girls that are the mentees within the program, they are changing, adapting, they are relating to their environment. I see where they have achieved great results.
We as sixth formers are required to do a skill, so it's basically an advantage for us because then we graduate with our CAPE subjects as well as having a skill, so we can work in the hotel industry at the same time we can go to university if we wish to.
Finally, your principal was also referred to as one of the most creative and innovative principals in Jamaica. Do you agree?
We all do.
Awesome.
I strongly agree.
Why? Why is this?
Well, our principal is unlike any other principal that's out there.
He's the type of principal that works alongside his staff, his faculty, his students. He's the type of principal that won't give up on people so easily. He's a principal that gives you the push that you need to achieve greatness.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming.
Road code, road code, road code, road code, road code. Stop, look, listen and free. Don't move far, you can do all three. Car, van, bike and touch. Let's do all three.
From take
A big side.
From take
A big side.
Welcome to From Technical High School, and you're watching School Zone.
Yes, after our visit to Belmont Academy in Westmoreland, we journeyed a few miles to the neighboring Frome Technical High School, where we met up with another promising student who is defying the odds.
My name is Karen Patterson, and I am the Miss Frome Technical High School. Well, my family call it bow leg, but doctors say it's blunt disease. Majority of the persons on my mother's side has it, miss. So really growing up, it was not really a problem. Sometimes I would like to play some games, miss, and I can't play it because of my legs. Miss Gregory, miss, my teacher, she was saying that, Karine, you know that you have high self-esteem and you should enter the pageant. But I was saying that being in a beauty pageant, miss, is more about your physical appearance and so forth, miss. So I didn't really want to join. And then my friend said, go ahead, miss, and so I joined, miss. Entering the competition, miss, I was, to tell the truth, miss, I did not think I would have won, miss, because all the others, miss, when you were there and you see all of them in heels, miss, and I couldn't wear any high heels, miss. I have to wear flat shoes, and I was like, the judges are going to say, she don't have no heels, so she's not going to make it, miss. So I didn't think I was going to win, miss. But on the night, miss, I went out and I was confident in myself, miss, knowing that no matter what, I'm going to do my best, miss. And I went out there and I did my best. I go by a motto that is strong to my heart. It says that my mind is the block between me and my destiny, and my flaws are the pushing force behind me. Meaning that no matter what I put my mind to, knowing my condition, I will try to excel in that area. I would say they should be confident in who they are. Their physical appearance does not define who they are or who they can be, miss. I think that they should take risks. No one knows what could happen, miss. They could be the next Miss Frome of their school, or they could turn out to be somebody great, miss. Just take risks.
And just before we close off today's episode of School Zone, we have one more school that's doing great things. Walk with me.
Here at Jonathan Grant, we have grade 9s and 10 students sitting the CSEC mathematics exam at the general proficiency level. May 2018 saw us having 125 of these students sitting. Of the 125, 85 students were grade 9 students. They achieved a 72.2% pass, while the remaining 40 grade 10 students achieved a 62.2% pass. For this year's sitting, we expect even greater results from these awesome students.
Did you hear that? Grade 9 and 10 students here at Jonathan Grant High are acing CSEC math in 1 year. I don't know about you, but I'm impressed and I need to know the formula. So let's find out.
You're looking at a grade 1 math student, and I have this to say. Whether you're a math king or queen, knowledge is your card. Play it, and math will never be hard.
We got ones. Do you want one too?
Ideas blend
when you study with a friend.
To get a distinction in math like I did, you have to talk it, enjoy it, lay on it, live it.
I got a grade 2 in mathematics, and I believe that you can do better than I did. Practice makes mathematics fantastic.
And that's a wrap for today's special School Zone edition on Academic Trailblazers. From the intelligent and talented students at Belmont Academy and the brave and vivacious students at Frome Technical, Karen Patterson. And now we're closing things off with the math geniuses right here at Jonathan Grant High School. Come on guys, help me close out.
Do you want your school to be featured in the next School Zone?
Or
do you want to give us feedback on today's program?
All you have to do is email me at sclark@jais.gov.jm. Who knows, you may just be the next school on our block. Bye!
We want our children to understand the importance of physical activity. Based on our Jamaica lifestyle survey, 82% is in low-level activity, meaning we're just doing enough to survive. And only 16% is in moderate and 2% in high-level intensity. So we want to get more person in moderate and vigorous activity. And so we want to encourage them to be more active so that they can get a lot of benefits. Increase academics performance, reduce stress, reduce weight loss, beautiful skin, help you to sleep better. We want it to be more active so that we can have a healthy mind and a healthy body.
Children, while you await the grand reopening of school, chances are a lot of your free time is being spent on your phones and in front of the television and laptop. Too much screen time can be problematic, so we implore you to find and maintain balance. Listen now as Director of Health Promotion and Education at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Takis Foga, share useful tips on how you can do just that. Remember, a healthier you makes a healthier Jamaica.
We need you to be active. Be active while you're at home. We know that many of you are on your television or you're on the tablet, you're playing a video game, you're on your phone, and to a certain extent it's okay, but we don't want you doing that for prolonged periods, so for a long extended time. So when you're doing it, take some breaks, take 5-minute breaks and do walk or jog, run on the spot, do your jumping jacks, dance. There's so many little activities that you can do, but staying seated for that long period of time is not helpful. We need you to be active. And outside of the breaks, when you're doing that, what we also want you to do is set aside some time. It can be with your parents, with your siblings, and have some time where you just do activity. Whether it's taking a walk, whether it's following a workout session on YouTube, whether it's dancing, you choose one of the activities you like. Play a game outside. Ask mom and dad, for one of the games that they used to play, dandy shandy something, and just be very active in it. Because at the end of the day, guys, certainly from 3 years old to 17 years old, you should be at least getting 60 minutes of physical activity per day.
Applicants of the COVID-19 Allocation of Resources for Employees Care Program with invalid bank account information status have until Friday, September 18 to make the necessary changes. The Ministry of Finance says if changes are not made by the deadline, persons will receive their funds through alternate arrangements to be made by the WeCare team. Applicants who have not yet received funds are therefore being encouraged to visit wecare.gov.jm and select Track Application to see their status. The Finance Ministry is also advising that alternate arrangements are being made for persons who were not able to collect their funds at the remittance agency of their choice by the August 31 deadline. Details on this will be announced.
Unfortunately, this is all the time we have for today's Jamaica Magazine, but no worries, another program awaits you tomorrow and every day after same time, same station. While you await, why not re-watch today's show on our website, gis.gov.jm or our YouTube channel. And don't you dare miss out on the opportunity to follow us on all the major social media sites for the latest information of government programs and initiatives. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Until next time, stay active, stay engaged, and stay strong.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.